So one of the decisions you may face in your whole professional life is, do I want to pursue a career based solely on financial success, or do I want to pursue a career based on really pursuing my dreams or ambitions? Recently, Yahoo published an article from the Daily Muse which talked about some of the tips that you can actually take if you decide you want to make this change that can make your life a little bit easier. First up, and this is a pretty obvious one, is take a look at your rent. This is easily every month our biggest expense and something that we just accept. But that doesn't mean you can't look at options. It doesn't mean you can't explore a roommate or maybe look at a place that's pretty similar in a different neighborhood that can actually be for a lot less. So rent is definitely a good place to start and something you may have to face up to if you decide to change your lifestyle. The second thing you have to absolutely look at is, are you driving a car? And if you're driving a car, should you still be driving a car? Look, I know this one kind of sucks because if you get used to having that in your lifestyle, it's a big change. But again, if we're talking about going after your passions, it's about compromise. And the car might be something right at the top of the list you may have to look at getting out of. The third thing that's actually really interesting to look at is cutting down on your cable. Now, a lot of people have access to things like Netflix today and streaming a lot of video online. So cable is something that's becoming a little bit less of a necessary thing for a guy living in an apartment on his own, or even if you're in a relationship. The fourth one is really kind of being a little bit more particular about your shopping for food. Now, it sounds a little bit obvious, but we tend to get accustomed to shopping a certain way and eating a certain way. But taking your time going through the grocery store and looking for those deals and buying a little less the name brands and a little bit more the generic brands can take you from having a $150 grocery bill when you get up to the cash to a $75 grocery bill. And that, over the course of a month, can add up to some serious dollars that can really change things for you. The last one might be one of the easiest ones to do. I mean, a lot of us like to look for different ways to entertain ourselves, but there are ways to do that without spending big dollars. Sure, we all love going to the movies or taking a tour or taking a trip and traveling a little bit, but some of these may have to go on the back burner a little while as you pursue these passions of yours. There are a lot of ways to have fun and keep things interesting or go on dates without dropping big dollars. Now, as far as cheap date ideas, AskMen can definitely help you out with that. In fact, there's an article in the description below that you can click to that'll give you some good tips. So there's nothing wrong with pursuing your passions in life, but there's also nothing wrong with being frugal or cautious in the process. To keep an eye on things and make sure you don't overextend yourself. We'll see you next time on AskMen.